Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the final Ajax episode of this season. And we are here for the Dutch Cup final against Groningen and the last league game against AZ. As you can see, after that PSG loss, we won every single game, and convincingly so, might I add. We beat NEC 4-0, a brace from both Traoré and Univar. We then beat Vitesse 4-1, a hat-trick by Traoré and one single goal by Univar. And then we beat NAC Breda 5-1, another 2 goals by Traoré, another 1 goal by Univar, and a penna and Regeer to follow those two goal scorers. So, picked up 9 points from 9 with possible 9 to go still. After this Dutch Cup final, we still have 3 games to go. We are in first place right now. We are in first place right now. We are 1 point ahead of AZ. And I think, well, definitely if we win every single remaining game, we are indeed champions. If we beat Sparta and the Graafschap, we only need a draw against AZ if they win both games as well. So I think we're in a very good position to pick up the championship. And right here today, we could become the cup winners as well. Lecomte is out with a twisted ankle and Johansson, but he is not that important just yet. He is out with a broken toe. So let's get straight into the game. Of course, it's the only fixture being played right now, and we're gonna get straight into it. I think last episode, when was the last episode? It was the 18th of March, I believe. We already had the youth intake at that point. I don't quite remember. If we haven't had the youth intake in that episode yet, I'll say it to you right now. We had literally 0 players over 2.5 star potential, so I'm not even going to show it on the screen. It's definitely not worth it at all. We haven't signed up any single player from that youth intake, and it's just all in all disappointment. So let's get straight into this game. Onana to start for us in goal. Rensch, Bermudez, Kaba to take Lecomte's place, and then Gvardiol, Thiago and Regeer in the midfield. Anthony, Gonzalez, Univar, and Boshi. I've got full faith in these 11 men. I mean, I've got full faith in pretty much every team that I put out, because we've just got so many high quality players that can play together really well also. So I think we should be able to win this game. We're not playing at home. We're playing, of course, in the Kuip in Feyenoord Stadium, but we are the home team. So there we go for our, I don't know how many Dutch Cups we already have won in this save, but we're going for another one. I know that we won it last season. I think we didn't win it the year before, but we could go for a back-to-back KNVB Beker win, which is how it's called in Dutch. Of course, it's not really just called the Dutch Cup. It's called the KNVB Beker. And for those of you who don't know, the KNVB is the Dutch... well, in England, of course, you have the FA Cup. And the English FA, that's the Dutch KNVB. So, a little bit of information for those of you who may not know that. And Rosano Bushi already gives us the lead after 12.5 minutes. And it's a very terrific start. I mean, I can't say anything negative about that. We have the lead. They've already picked up a yellow card. And there's yellow card number 2. And it looks like this is going to be a pretty good game for us as it is going right now. It looks to be pretty smooth sailing all the way from here. Hopefully it will stay that way for the final, for the second half pretty much, because the first half is already almost done. We do get a free kick here, and Brian Kaba, his 3rd goal of the season, but his first for the senior squad. I think he scored the other 2 for the Young Ajax in the Keukenkampioen Divisie, but he scored his first goal for the senior squad, and what a match to do it in. I mean, the KNVB Beker final, to score your first goal in, to give us the 2-0 lead, it can't be better than that. I'm loving that from our center back, who can also play at left back, but he hasn't played a lot at all over the last couple of years. But, you know, who knows? Lecomte now has an injury. Maybe Kaba will take his place. And here we go in the second half. We've given the boys a pep talk, and let's try to get a goal here. And Anthony does exactly that. And I think that is the cup in the bag. That should be done and dusted. We're not convincing by we're not leading by that much. Well, when you look at the scoreline, we are. I mean, 3-0 is a pretty convincing scoreline, but when you look at the stats, it's not an easy walkover. And Groningen tried to fight back here, but Glenn Bell hits Onana. They do get a corner kick, but that does get cleared. So let's make a substitution. Who do we have on the bench? Let's get Regeer off for Mauricio for, I think, probably his debut. Other than him, who else can we sub on? That's a fun player to give a few minutes to. Let's get Unovar off for Cardona. And let's get Guardio off for, where is he? Cabrera. So a lot of foreign names now in the squad. A lot of young players. Let's praise them for the final 3 minutes. And that's probably gonna be it. And there we go, question mark, there we go, the final whistle, and there it is. There are our players going to get that cup. That's the second time in a row that we've won the KNVB Beker. Onana giving whoever that is, giving him a handshake and picking up that cup. And there we go, deservedly so, our hero in goal, Andre Onana, reaching out to lift that trophy. And the only thing left for us to do now is to win the league title as well. So a good performance indeed. I mean, 3-0 in a cup final is not too shabby at all. And there is our honorary round around the pitch. But let's skip that. That's not too important. If we have to watch every single one of those, it's going to be a couple of long end of season episodes. So I'm going to play 2 league games in between. Of course, we have Sparta. And then we have, who do we have? The Graafschap. So 2 winnable games, definitely. And then AZ in the final game. So I will see you guys for that final game. Unless AZ already lose this game against Sparta. Because then we could win it against the Graafschap. Either way, the game in which we can win the league title is the game that's going to be live in this episode. So I'll see you guys in just a second. And there we go, the second game of the episode and the last one. We've played both of the games in between. And well, I'll just show you guys. We beat Sparta 1-0. And then we beat the Graafschap 6-1, convincing win. And again, both games, especially this one against Sparta, we had a fully rotated side in. We made 8 changes from the game before that. So I'm happy to still pick up the 3 points. Maybe it was a risk that I should not have taken, but luckily it worked out right in the end. And we picked up the 3 points, which is the most important thing. And after that, the 6-1 thrashing of the Graafschap. They are dead last in the league. And look at their goal difference as well. Compared to number 17, look at that. You had minus 26, minus 29, minus 31, and then the Graafschap with minus 75. That is just horrific to look at, and I would not like to be one of their defenders for this season. That is for sure. So, AZ are missing 2 players. Tyrell Malacia, who is a starting player for them, and Gonzalo Noguera is also a starting player for them. So they're missing 2 important players. We're only 1 point ahead of them. We're playing away from home. We need to pick up at least a draw. So the only thing we cannot do is lose this. So hopefully we're able to do that and we'll pick up the win and the league title. And the starting 11 is going to be the following 11 players. Onana again in goal, of course. Range, Bermudez, Lecomte and Guardiol. Thiago, Regeer, Anthony Gonzalez, Serrano and Bushy at striker. I think this is possibly our full strength side. I don't think we're missing any players either, right? No, we are not. This is definitely our full strength side. And I'm so excited for this game. Of course, we're expected to win the title. I expect us to win the title. I expect these players to be able to beat AZ. But AZ are a difficult opponent. We're playing away from home. Again, it's going to be a difficult game nonetheless. I'm just hoping to pick up at least 1 point, so that we can pick up that league title. So let's get straight into it, and I can get into the couple of things that I want to talk about. Starting with the Champions League. Remember how we were knocked out by PSG, and last year, as the first highlight already starts, last year we were knocked out by Man United after that penalty shootout scandal. The final of this year's Champions League is Man United versus PSG. I'm always curious to find out if the teams that knocked us out are a good team this year or not. And well, apparently both of those teams are two of the world's best teams out there. And it looks like we might get a penalty kick here, but we're going to have to probably wait for the VAR decision. There we go. What does the VAR say? And we do get a penalty, so a good start for us. 5 minutes. Anthony, come on. He puts it away, and we're up 1-0 against AZ. And that's a very good start for us. And looks like we're going to get, well, I'm not going to say it yet. I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, that is all I want to say about the Senior Champions League. Then we have the Under-18s Champions League, as Marko Stamenic almost scores a worldie against us. That under-18s, I should say under-19s, or the UEFA Youth League as it is better known as in real life. And that is won by our under-18s. The Ajax under-18s beat the AC Milan under-18s. They beat them 4-0, so a very convincing win. And that gives us a very promising look when we look at the future of this club and the future of, Dutch football as a whole. Because, of course, even if the players that are playing very well in our under-18s don't reach our first team, they might be very good players for other teams in the Eredivisie or in the Keukenkampioen-divisie. So either way, it looks to be very promising for Dutch football. So, moving on from that, as Serrano puts that ball horribly wide, moving on from that, I want to talk about a comment I got in the last video. I asked you guys two things as the halftime whistle goes. I asked you guys firstly if you want me to continue this series, and secondly if you had any tips or suggestions. So I got a comment that I loved. Firstly, they gave me a compliment. I love compliments, but I also love criticism or tips or suggestions, because otherwise I wouldn't ask for it. And they had a very in-depth explanation of why we should use certain tactics and why we should or should not do certain things. And I'm really happy with that comment, because that is definitely something that I'm going to take a look at in pre-season. But we get a second penalty kick, and Anthony doesn't put this one away. Westerveld saves it, and it's still only 1-0. Still 40 minutes left to go, as we do get the corner kick, and Bushy puts it into the net. And Anthony doesn't score the penalty, but he does get the assist, which Bushy puts into the net. And we are leading 2-0 away against AZ, and that puts us 4 points above them in the league. But as I was saying, that is definitely something that I want to take a look at over pre-season. I want to manage as many friendlies as I can, at least the friendlies that matter. I'm not going to manage the ones against teams in like the 5th or 6th level of some country that doesn't usually play football. But I'm going to try to get as many useful friendlies scheduled, and I'm going to try to manage them all. So hopefully we'll have 3 very nicely working tactics for next season. Of course, when you get a new tactic, especially when you get 3 new tactics, it's gonna take some time for your players to get used to it. I'm hoping that they will do just that in the preseason, as Bushy makes it 3-0, and that surely is the game done and dusted, and that means the league title is in our hands here, as we deserve to get it as well. But yeah, I'm hoping the players will do that in pre-season. I'm going to try to play a lot of friendlies. So that is definitely something to look forward to. Hopefully it will give us a bigger chance of getting further in Europe in the Champions League, and maybe make us a little bit more dominant in the Netherlands as well. To get maybe just maybe go for an unbeaten season. But that all depends on how the tactic is working, and Gonzalez makes it 4. I mean, if we continue playing like we're right now, we wouldn't need to change anything. But I know that this team, the players are more than good enough, more than qualified to pick up the title, as they are gonna do in just 2 minutes time. But sometimes the tactics do let us down, and I think we lose too many points because of it, as Sinisterra scores the consolation goal for AZ. Again in injury time, but there we go. The final whistle has gone, and there are our players picking up that beautiful trophy, which looks nothing like how the trophy looks like in real life. But that doesn't matter. The important thing is that we do win it, and we're gonna skip it because we just saw the celebration for the cup final. So we're not gonna watch the other celebration as well. But there we go. We finish in first. We've picked up another league title, and there you go, the third one in a row. So we've now picked up 2 cups in a row and 3 leagues in a row. And I think it's only gonna become more than this. So another thing that I wanted to say as we get 9 million euros and we're gonna go to the end of season review is that finally, after 6 years and now 11 trophies, we are considered to be an icon at the club, and I absolutely love that. I've said it time and time before that I love this club in real life, and to be an icon at this club, even though it's only a computer game, I know, but I'm very happy with that. Let's take a look at the end of season review. Let's start with the transfers that have come in. I don't quite remember who we bought at the beginning of the season. Of course, Lecomte, he gets a B from the board. I mean, deservedly so. We paid a lot for him, and we have a minimum fee release clause in there. I actually forgot that already. We might need to get that out of his contract, but he has been very good for us. So very happy with that transfer. Moving on, Dembele, a B minus still. I mean, he was free, but he hasn't played a lot. He's played only 3 games. But still, apparently the board are happy with that transfer. So let's take a look at this page. They are happy with our performance in the league and the cup and the Super Cup, or the Johan Cruijffschaal, of course. And they are okay with our performances in the Champions League. Could be better, of course, but that is what we agree with as well. We would have liked to see us get a little bit further. So maybe next season, who knows? So our biggest win actually came in the Champions League. An 8-0 win over PAOK. Our match to remember also came in the Champions League, a 2-0 away win against Dortmund, and the goal of the season also came in the Champions League. Who else than Rossano Boschi, who scored that goal, the goal of the season. So our finances are not looking too good. Looking at this screen very shortly, we have sold a lot of shirts. Of course, Traoré, Gravenberch, Van de Beek, Anthony, and Dembele. Surprising names in there. I mean, Traoré hasn't played the majority of the games. Van de Beek definitely hasn't. And Dembele definitely hasn't either. But that just shows you right there that getting a big name into the club could actually gain you some finances, some money. If he sells a lot of shirts, which Dembele has done apparently. Let's look at how we lined up. Of course, Onana in goal, Range Bermudez, Markovic, Guardiol, Thiago Regeer, Anthony, Gonzalez, Univar, Traoré. A couple of names missing in there. Boschi, of course, Serrano, Gravenberch, Lecomte. A couple of names definitely deserving of being in that 11 as well. But these are the 11 players who got in there. So let's take a look at this. We've broken one record. Bermudez won. What is going on? Bermudez broke the record of worst discipline. Definitely not the record that you wanted to break, but he did get 11 yellow cards. We won Manager of the Year last season. Hopefully, we'll win it again this year. But of course, that award is gonna be awarded in a couple of weeks' time. So that is gonna be it for this episode. Next episode is gonna be the start of the next season, of course. Hopefully, I've got a lot of wins in friendlies to show you guys. But most importantly, we're going to change up the tactics just a little bit. And I really, really hope that means that we can do better next season, because that, of course, is what we do want to achieve. So, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.